Good morning, lovelies, and welcome to my garden. I'm Christy and I'm going to talk to you about my journey into gardening. I thought we'd start today with a little update on our potager garden. We started this as a lockdown project in 2020 and we did an experiment with pallets. We've got a very small piece of land in the front of the cottage and it's on a very busy, as you'll see, a very busy B road, so we get a lot of traffic and it's very noisy at times, but it is potential growing space. Before it was just grass, so we decided in lockdown we'd do a little experiment, lay some pallets and use that as kind of guidelines for growing vegetables. Now, we had mixed results. We did grow some things really successfully, others didn't really germinate very well. Now at the front, our gardens are south facing, but the front here is north facing. So we get about 4 to 6 hours of sunshine and we're in partial shade. So as you can hear, and my friend lorry driver just there. So as you can imagine, it's quite tricky because we don't have the best of the sun, but we are very flat and very warm here, so in the back gardens we get perfect sunshine, lots and lots of sunshine, but in the front it's a bit shadier. So this year I decided I was going to upgrade. So over this weekend, unfortunately I didn't film it because I was just on a mission, but we upgraded it from the pallets to some raised beds. Now I'll show you just a quick picture of what we did before. Here you can see we have our pallets that we laid in a formation. It was very kind of experimental. We filled it with compost. We planted some leeks and onions. The onions grew and the leeks didn't germinate. We did grow some runner beans and broad beans and peas, and they all did really well here. So they're things that I'm thinking I'm going to probably invest some time in this time. But I think the problem is that because of the pallets, we laid them very low to the ground. So I was thinking this year to maximise the sunlight, because we do have hedge. As you can see, we've got hedge. That's a barrier to light as well. So I was thinking this year we'd upgrade and I bought some raised bed planks that are connected together from the allotment, and I bought them back, and I thought if I actually build these up, I'll maximise the sunlight to these beds. So this year I've got a feeling, and I'm hoping, I'm predicting that it's going to be a lot more successful. So let me show you what I've done. So as you can see here, I've got my bed that's layered. I repotted some lovely rosemary from my allotment. I've got 3 other beds here, and I've done it in such a way that I can get round all of the beds without wasting any space. Some sage again, and I'm going to plant these in the pot so they don't take over, because this sage and the rosemary are absolutely glorious on my allotment, but they are absolute monsters as well, so I'm going to keep them from taking over these beds. And these are the self-sown irises, so I'm going to pop them in somewhere when it's appropriate. Now for these beds I tried something new this year, in that I tried this concept of Hugelkultur. So because I didn't want to spend lots of money on lots and lots of compost, I decided that I was going to try Hugelkultur. So when I layered on the raised beds on top of each other, I then filled the bottom with old rotten wood that I've got lying around actually, lots of branches, lots of old pallet wood that was rotting down, that's been sat here for a few years. And then I filled it with spent compost that I'd taken from the pallets that I'd lifted to fill it up a little bit more. I put cardboard on, as you can see there, some of them haven't been filled yet, so the top layer is cardboard, so that will suppress any weeds and add more carbon to the bed. And then the end two I've filled with, they've got 100 litres each of compost, just as a top layer, and that's ready to plant into now. So that's a cheap and easy way, an efficient way of filling a raised bed without having to fill it with topsoil and compost. So we'll see how that works out. It's going to break over the next 5 or so years. It will break down completely, so every year I'll just continue to raise the layers in compost, and that will just add to the richness of the soil and the bed. So it's a very slow process, but a very efficient way of filling the beds. Now I'm going to go back to doing my planner to plan what I'm going to put in there. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I cannot wait to start planting. I've started to sow things in the house. I'm running out of room. I'm not very successful inside the house with growing seeds. They all go leggy searching for the light. So this year I've invested in my first ever greenhouse, which I am weeing myself about. So I shall definitely be doing a video of that when it's installed, and that should be in March, hopefully. So once that's in, I'm just going to be like a kid in a candy store. I just can't wait. I can't say anything else. I can't wait. So there'll be lots growing, lots growing. But so for now, I'm using the winter to make sure I'm getting organised. I've got lots of spreadsheets going. I've made my little plans of my beds, so I can really be organised, because I'm a very visual person, but I can't visualise, so I need to see it in front of me to be organised. So that's where I'm putting my time at the moment, and we've done lots and lots of cleaning on the allotment, so I'll do a different video about that. But bye for now.